It's Amanchu. Welcome back to Minecraft Bedrock vs. Java, where I play through both versions of the game and compare the two. In the last video, I spent the entire time in the Java world, and I built a couple of farms. I built an automatic chicken farm and an automatic melon and pumpkin farm. And I said at the time, yeah, those builds are exactly the same in the Bedrock world. It'll work exactly the same way. It turns out that's not entirely accurate. So here I am in the Bedrock world, and I have built the same automatic chicken farm that I had in the Java world. And also behind me over here, you can see I built a melon and pumpkin farm, and I finished it completely. Similar kind of architectural structure to my other builds in this base, but it's using materials from the Nether, so it looks very different. I still kind of like it, even though it doesn't maybe exactly fit in with the rest of the buildings. I kind of like the looks of it. But in any case, for this build, it's not exactly the same. What I built in the Java world for the melon and pumpkin collection looks like this. So you had the hopper feeding into this chest, powered rail on top of it, and then this redstone mechanism that would turn off the powered rail if there was anything in the hopper minecart and it started to drop stuff into the hopper. I built the same design in the Bedrock world, and it didn't work because it wasn't turning off this powered rail. The system wasn't turning off the powered rail fast enough. So the hopper minecart would drop off like one item in the hopper and then get pushed back out, and it wouldn't stay long enough. So what I did instead, I'll show you over here. There's a slight variation in here. It's essentially the same setup, except I moved the powered rail over by one block. And you can see the comparator is here instead of right up against the hopper. And that still works. This comparator will sense what's in the hopper through a solid block. And as you can see, the hopper just stopped there long enough to unload everything and then move out again. It can still unload things when it's stopped on this block, still unload things into that hopper. So I've recently sold a bunch of stuff here, so it doesn't look like I have much here, but trust me, this thing is extremely productive. It's in fact so productive that I had to add another farmer to the trade hall in order to sell all the pumpkins and melons. So that's pretty cool. Now today, what I want to do, this is already finished. In the Java world, I haven't put a roof on this equivalent structure, the pumpkin melon farm in the Java world. I haven't put a roof on it. I need to do that. And in both worlds, I have a Nether portal. It's just a portal, out in the open. And as a practical matter, that could be a problem for me because I might end up spending a lot of time in the Nether and come out into the overworld and it'll be nighttime after having been days and days in the Nether and start getting dive bombed immediately by phantoms and have to make a break for it to get to shelter before I get killed by phantoms. So I need to build some kind of shelter around this Nether portal. So it will beautify things a little bit, it'll look nicer, and also provide some practical benefit so that I come out into the overworld in shelter in case it's at nighttime. I need to do that both in the Bedrock world and the Java world. In addition to that, I want to go back into the Nether in both worlds and build some kind of hub, some kind of Nether road hub that I can link roads through the Nether to and from this central hub. It's not going to be very fancy at first. It's just going to be a central place that I can build the roads to and from. And I want to get that done today as well. And I think when I build this portal, I'm going to build it up. Oh, it's another thing. Up here you can see I have brought the Nether to the overworld. I made this little platform with the nylium that I brought back from the Nether. I grew a bunch of crimson fungi and warp fungi to use as building materials to actually build this structure. So I didn't collect all those materials in the Nether. I brought the Nether here and farmed this stuff in the safety, relative safety of the overworld. Anyway, I think I want to like move the portal and build it up here on top of this and make a bridge over to it. I think that'll work out well. But the build I have in mind for the Nether portal is going to involve using a lot of blackstone. And I used a lot of blackstone in this, so I didn't have enough left. I went back to the Nether to get some more blackstone, and something happened. What the hell? What the piss? What? Well, this is a thing that can happen in the game, and it freaking sucks. It's a bug. That's annoying! I'm 1,000 blocks from my home base. So I'm at minus 1128, 161. In the Nether, every block you move the Nether is 8 blocks in the overworld. It's the equivalent of 8 blocks in the overworld. So it should have put me at coordinates, something like minus 138, 10, instead of a minus 1128 and 162. I went to the Nether, I ended up at minus 1128, 162 in the Nether. And no portal in sight. I was like, well, crap. So that meant that I had to travel like 1,000 blocks through the difficult terrain of the Nether to get back to my home base. That sucked. That sucked, and I had a lot of naughty words to say about that. It's a bug that exists. I think it's a Bedrock-only bug. It probably would be a Bedrock-only bug because it's a bug. Bedrock Edition and Java Edition don't have the same bugs. But that really stunk. That was not pleasant. I suppose while I work I should talk about the big news for Minecraft. The 1.17 update is coming. It's coming very soon. Like within a week. It should be out June 8th, I think. And what does that mean for this series? Am I going to update these worlds, the Bedrock world and the Java world, to 1.17? Yes, absolutely I am going to update it for 1.17. I talked about the 1.17 update when it was earlier in its development, and I talked about how it's going to majorly change world generation. Well, that was then. This is now. Mojang, the developers, decided that what they had in mind for the Caves and Cliffs update was just too ambitious to do and to get done in time, so they split the Caves and Cliffs update into a Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 is the 1.17 update now, and that's going to include most of the blocks and mobs that were planned for the Caves and Cliffs update. They're coming in 1.17. 1.18, which will come out probably, I'm guessing, sometime in December of 2021, is going to have the new world generation. And so it's great. I'm looking forward to the 1.17 update. It's going to have a lot of cool new things in it. But it's going to be the Caves and Cliffs update without the caves and without the cliffs. This series has always been about trying to show off the differences between Bedrock and Java Edition and how those differences affect gameplay. If I was to build some of the things that I wanted to build and didn't update for the 1.17, like, not everything I build that works in 1.16 will still work in 1.17. The Bedrock Edition version of the gold farm that I usually build, that I like to build, I have a feeling the new update is going to break that, so that it's no longer possible to build a gold farm in the same way as I used to be able to do it. It doesn't do anybody any good for me to show off this is how you used to build a gold farm in 1.16, and it no longer applies. So if it does break how gold farms are made, I'm going to have to figure out a new way to do it. But that's all the more reason for me to definitely want to update for 1.17, update the worlds, so that the stuff I'm doing in this series is still going to be relevant. It may very well be that some of the farms I made already are going to be broken by the update. Okay, it's done. Doesn't look too bad if I do say so myself. Now the only thing left is to put a couple of armor stands up front. Let's see, do I drop them here? Yeah, that makes sense. And put the helmets on them. Something interesting I discovered recently about armor stands. I have to check and see if this works in Java Edition as well, but you probably know that if you name tag some kind of mob with the name Dinnerbone, change its name to Dinnerbone, it will be upside down. It'll just walk around upside down like nothing's wrong. It's kind of funny looking, but what I didn't realize, I only recently discovered, you could do the same thing to armor stands. Pretty neat. In many ways, the game treats armor stands like they are actual living creatures, and this is one of those ways. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's done. And I have a bed in here, a chest to put stuff that I want to take to the Nether or leave behind when I go to the Nether. A bed so that I can sleep at night when I come out here and it's happens to be nighttime. I also wonder, maybe I should put a clock up here. That's probably a good idea. There! Now I can always tell what time of day it is when I come outside, too. Excellent. It's all done. Now, I want to do a little farming, and then I'm going to head into the Nether and build myself some kind of basic beginnings of a Nether hub. Yay! I'm in the right place. Thank goodness. Alright, so the hub I want to build, it's not going to be anything fancy. It's really not. But what I want to do is put it up near the Nether ceiling. Oh, crap. That guy almost saw me. Alright. Made it. Up to near the bedrock ceiling. Let's see. The roof of the Nether is at Y128. Obviously there's bedrock under that, so I need to get to, let's say, about Y115. This is a little dangerous. I could end up coming across a deposit of lava, which would be bad news for me. But I hope I get lucky. Oh, that's about all the ladders I got. Okay. Alright, that's about as far as I can go. Yep, I can see bedrock up there. So this looks about right. If you're expecting me to build something fancy here, no, not going to happen. At least not yet. I just need to open up an area up here along the bedrock ceiling. And so I can build tunnels to and from here. And then this ladder will lead right back down to my base. It's something I'm going to need in the future, so it'll be helpful to have it now. Alright, there's the beginnings of a hub. It doesn't look like much yet. But actually, if I do say so myself, even though I didn't plan to make it all that impressive, it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good. Now I can build roads to and from this location. And at some point, I'll actually even move my nether portal up to here. But for now, I'll still leave it down here. Get a nice view on the way down. Alright, that looks like it. Now I go into the Java world and upgrade the nether portal in the overworld there. And build a nether hub there. And, oh, I need to finish the melon pumpkin farm there, too. Okay, now I'm ready. You can see the roof isn't complete here and... Oh, crap. There's a pillager patrol. You know, I thought that wasn't supposed to happen. I thought they, like, patched that glitch. And... Or at least made a patch so that pillagers would not spawn near an existing villager. But it turns out, apparently they do. Because my trade hall is, like, right there. Ow! I don't know where the captain is. Oh. But you know what? I don't care. If there's a raid, I will live with it. Where is the raid captain? I do not see a raid captain. Well, never mind then. That's good. Okay. Don't have to worry about that, I guess. Alright, let's get this roof finished. You can see I don't have, I didn't find a warped forest in the nether, but I did find a crimson forest, so I harvested a bunch of crimson stems, is that what they're called? Okay. I think that looks okay. I probably should have some kind of sign on this, like I did for the chicken farm. Let's see. Alright. Let's kind of discreet, but it gets the point across. I like it. Now I need to address the Nether portal. What to do here? You are hanging out in a very dangerous place. Good luck with that, friend. Hey! Why you gotta be breaking my door? That's not acceptable. Oh. Jerk. Okay. Put that there. And the clock. Also, I ought to confirm. Where did I leave it? Let's see if this works. Put my armor stand down. Put something on it. Name tag at dinner bone. Let's see if it works. No, I guess that is a Bedrock only feature. That didn't do anything. It doesn't even have the name. I just kind of wasted a name tag. Well, there you go. You can do that in Bedrock Edition, though, which is kind of funny. Alright, so now I need to work on that basic nether hub in the nether. Okay, 115. That's what I was aiming for. The disadvantage of a basalt delta, among many others, there's a lot of magma cubes that spawn in basalt deltas, and magma cubes don't really care about light levels. So if I'm going to spawn proof this hub, I probably should use a lot of lower half slabs. Makes it a little less likely that I'm going to come across a lot of magma cubes in here. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave things off here. Next time, you know, by the time the next video comes out, I don't know, it's getting close to the 1.17 update. I don't know if I'm going to finish what I'm going to do next time before or after the update. What I have in mind to build next time, the 1.17 update may break the thing I'm going to build next time, so I'm just not sure if it's still going to work. But anyway, I will try. I will build the thing I'm going to build that may break, like, in a few days after that. And then we'll see if it breaks, and if so, I'll have to build something different to fix it. The next few videos I'm going to come out with are going to involve doing things in the nether. There's a number of things I want to do here in the nether. For the most part, the stuff in the 1.17 update isn't affecting the nether, it's only affecting the overworld, so it's probably not going to be a problem. Even the thing that I'm building that I'm afraid might break, it probably won't, but we'll see. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Apparently you must have liked what you saw, so click on the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this and find out what this thing that I'm afraid might break, what it is, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. It doesn't cost you a thing to do. So we'll find out what that is next time on Amon Chooses Minecraft, Java versus Bedrock.